What nanotechnology makes materials lighter than air but stronger? Imagine a material so light it could sit on a flower petal without bending it, yet so strong it could replace steel in your car or airplane. That's the kind of science happening in labs today. Nanotechnology is all about working with materials at an extremely tiny scale. Think atoms and molecules, where the usual rules of physics don't always apply. At this level, materials can gain properties that seem impossible in everyday life. One of the most fascinating nanomaterials is called aerogel. Sometimes called frozen smoke, aerogels are made by removing the liquid from a gel and replacing it with gas. This process leaves behind a structure that's mostly empty space, up to 99.8% air. Because of this, aerogels are incredibly light. In fact, some are so light that if you could remove all the air from inside, they would float in the air. They are also excellent insulators, used on Mars rovers to keep electronics warm in freezing conditions. But they are fragile and can break easily, so they're not quite ready for building bridges. Then there's graphene, a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in a honeycomb pattern. Graphene is about 300 times stronger than steel, yet it's only one atom thick. Turning this flat material into something you can hold has been a challenge. Scientists have found ways to fold, compress, and fuse graphene sheets into three-dimensional shapes. These new structures are much lighter than steel but still incredibly strong. The secret lies in their tiny, complex shapes, like microscopic sponges or labyrinths, that spread out stress and make the material tough. This means you could make lightweight, super strong parts for planes or spacecraft. Now, combine aerogel and graphene, and you get aerographene. This material holds the record for being the lightest solid ever created, about 6 times lighter than air. It looks like a fluffy cloud that could sit on a flower without crushing it. If you could vacuum out all the air from its pores, it would actually float away. This kind of experiment shows just how strange and exciting nanotechnology can be. Scientists are exploring ways to use these materials in real life. Imagine airplanes that need less fuel because their parts are so light, or cars that are safer and more efficient. Researchers are also looking into using these materials for better batteries, super-efficient filters, and even advanced sports gear. The key is that these nanomaterials break the usual rules, being both extremely light and very strong, full of tiny holes that block heat, and made through processes that sound more like magic than engineering. In the end, nanotechnology is opening doors to materials that seem to defy common sense. They're lighter than air, stronger than steel, and full of surprises. Whether they'll help us build floating cities or super-efficient vehicles, one thing is clear. The future of science is shaping up to be wonderfully weird.